Hello, welcome back to Rejectus. Today we'll be exploring how animals adapt to the deep sea this episode. Right now all that resides in the deep is hydrothermal vents and small creatures like Neuravusta, the Taurus and Primates. This won't be for long, as this food source won't go unnoticed. First of these newcomers was the motor, who adapted to the pressure, started eating the marine snow and hydrothermal vents. This created the morum, who moved between multiple hydrothermal vents. They also adapted bioluminescence displays on their top arm for a communication between others of their kind. The motor wasn't the only one to adapt to this new lifestyle, as the terraces noticed as well. They also adapted bioluminescence, but instead it was from a symbiotic relationship with bacteria in exchange for a home in the now. Mariham's stomach. The Mariting could use the bacteria for communication. These animals ate the marine snow and swam around looking for more. And lastly was the Virulus, who repurposed their hairs for detection, much like their cousins, but they used theirs to find whale falls to feast on. A whale fall is when a giant's organism's corpses falls down into the deep sea, giving the creatures down there food that can last many decades. All of these factors created the sea to a giant pale version of the Virulus with hollow hairs used to house bioluminescence bacteria for communication. All the creatures in this episode will be bigger than their shallow water counterparts due to deep sea gigantism. Deep sea gigantism is a tendency for species of invertebrates and other deep sea-dwelling animals to be larger than their shallower water relatives due to the high pressure of the deep. Speaking of giants, let's go on to one of the Mariham's descendants, the giant known as the Great Daunus, who can make the most out of the abundant marine snow. It spends all of its day eating, only ever stopping to mate. They eat so much that even while sleeping their body still moves, shoveling up any marine snow in their path. But with all these new animals in the deep means new opportunities for predators to make their mark. The first was from the Pristrum, who followed soon after Daunus came to be, but instead of bioluminescence, the new Ursum used its back hairs to detect any movement hunting close to the sea floor. These sensitive hairs made the Ursum attack anything, even if it was as harmless as bubbles. But this wasn't the only predator, as some Vemli ventured deeper. They finally started using their venom for attacking other than defense. Along with their new sharp teeth, they mimic the bioluminescence of the other animals. Just like an earth anglerfish, they had evolved a lure used to attract and fool any unlucky animals who fell for it. All of these new adaptations created the Vemli, who had lures on all 8 of its limbs, floating around like a ghost, just waiting for their next victim, stinging them with venom and then shoving them up to the mouth arm. As always, thank you for watching. If you want to help out, the Discord link will be in the comments, but goodbye for now. I will see you all next week for the open ocean episode.